My name is Lwandiso Makupula. I am the head of Agro-processing and agriculture. I am responsible to implement strategies that drive growth, that drive sustainability and transformation for IDC and the sector. The mandate is to industrialize through agriculture, and we want to industrialize in a manner that will result in a sustainable sector. We don't want to see, or we don't want to hear people saying agriculture is a dying industry. And once you industrialize, you certainly bring in primary production. We are an entity of the DTIC which seeks to drive economic growth as well as transformation. So with the Agro Master Plan, what we're trying to do, we take that master plan, we read it, and we go around and originate transactions that talk to the master plan. Because if you produce potatoes in an area that is not favorable of potatoes, you're not going to get enough yields. But that master plan is a guide. So we take that master plan and originate transactions that talk to the master plan. And then you're going to ask yourself now, where is agro-processing? Agro-processing must follow primary production.
So the Agro-industrial Fund, these are funds that were provided by the Department of Agriculture to the IDC with a view to support black farmers within the agri sector. So the key here was to transform the sector. The key criteria would be, as a start, to ensure that the projects that we support through the fund are a minimum of 60% black owned. So the intention then would be to use some of the grant funding to de-risk the project. We got R1 billion over a 5-year period from the Department of Agriculture, where we've used those funds to set up this Agro-industrial Fund, to support these majority black-owned entities. So the idea is really to facilitate transformation within the agri sector.
In 2017, I met up with like-minded people who were looking at partnering with someone who is interested in farming. I tried doing it myself. Tried to start a farm or buy a farm with the hope that I'll do chickens, but I didn't realize that it was such a big thing. The other challenge was not being able to have funds to put forward as part of your equity. We don't have that, but I found it that they were quite amenable and understanding. They just said, Tabiseng, show your skin in the game. Whether it's through your skill or a little bit. And I was in a position to do that.
Therefore, us receiving that grant from the Department of Agriculture helps us to ensure that even the players that would not normally qualify for funding do qualify for funding, especially those that would not qualify for funding owing to equity. In a transaction, we're looking for two things, if I were to summarize. We're looking for commercial viability, as well as the development impact. The commercial viabilities, the numbers must stack up. The transaction must be able to grow. The transaction must be able to make money.
IDC, when we started, we didn't qualify because we were only coming in with 2 houses. And so when we grew into the 8 houses from 4 to 8, at least we had already been operating for 10 years. For the most part, with the agro, they've always wanted to do the full value chain. And we're one of the few first to be allowed to do this particular space where we do contract growing. And then we sell it somewhere else. So the only thing that was needed was to make sure that we will have people taking all the chickens.
It's my proudest moment that seeing something where there's paper going back and forth and seeing the ground being worked on for the earthworks, seeing the first hole being dug, and like seeing a structure come up. There's chicken in the chicken coop there, like in the houses, in the broiler houses, and just seeing that happening. 2 days ago, I was sent a video of the abattoir machines being commissioned, and I'm like, it's really happening. It's really happening. So yeah, just seeing this happen. But the other thing is, I was very emotional last week when we onboarded our people. Just seeing 79 people walk through the door and saying we are employed here and welcoming them. That really like touched my heart like a lot, because one is in a position to contribute to many families.
You know, IDC gave us this opportunity, for us to be here today. You know, this was a dream, and they made it come through. Whatever you put your mind into it or into something, just go for it. Never give up on anything that you believe in. So if you feel like this business is for you, don't even be distracted by anybody who will tell you it's not for you. Just go for it. Go through all the hurdles. There is nothing easy. You go through all the hurdles, but jump them and go, from one hurdle to another until you get what you believed in when you thought about that business.
The fact that I'm a black woman, the fact that I'm an accountant that decided to go and do chicken, the fact that I'm a lawyer that decided to go and do chicken, it shows that anyone has got unlimited abilities.
The program is quite accessible. As I said, the key is to ensure that you've got a minimum of 60% black shareholding. That's the key criteria. Be in a position to develop a viable and fundable business concept. Of course, working with us, to get to that point. IDC has got online and physical application process platforms where you can get into the website to apply. We've got offices in all the 9 provinces. In terms of accessibility, I think we're fairly accessible. You don't even have to make an appointment. You can just, physically pitch up at our offices, and you will be allocated a person to assist.